everybody, welcome back to The Boys Are Back. My name is Jack. I'm going to need a new intro because I can't have an intro that rhymes. We'll figure that out for another day. Massive episode today. We're only 4 episodes in. The biggest episode we're going to have for ages, I feel. We have got Rangers in the league and then the second leg against CSKA Moscow in the Champions League. We haven't played any games in between, because obviously we played those 2 games, and then came back for this. If you remember from the last episode, we're 3-2 down from the first leg, but we got those 2 precious away goals, so anything could happen. We've just got the little game of Rangers coming up before we play that, though, and this is the team we are going to do it in. It's pretty similar from what you've seen. We've swapped out the keepers. In fact, it's exactly the same as what you've seen from the previous games. We just swapped out the keepers to give him a bit more game time. Harren a bit more game time. I'm sure he loves it. Keepers are pretty similar in standard. Once we get into like group stages and there's a bit more games, one of them will be Champions League keeper. One of them can be Premier League keeper. Probably Regis as Premier League keeper, I'd say. Anyway, Harren in goal even. Monero, Sinclair and Francisco at the back with King and Santiago at wing-backs. Kawada and Trebatic in the middle with Renaud and Altamirano in centre attack and mid-rolls. I need to remember to put him on attack just so he's up there. And Jones up front. A huge game against Rangers. Our first Old Firm derby, if you will, in this save. Obviously, we've played a ton in the beta when we were Celtic. And we were very... I don't think we lost to Rangers. I think we got 2 wins and a draw. There's 4 games you play, isn't there? I feel like it was... We definitely got a draw in there at some point. I don't think we lost to them. But we can't lose today. That is for sure. Let's put the league tables up. As you can see, we're sitting at 6th. This will be our 3rd game. Obviously, we did lose our 2nd game against Kilmarnock. But that's fine because we're going to win today. Renaud's there on the edge of the box. Streams into the box. Bailey Jones has got it, gets tackled. Altamirano's there, whips it in. We're peppering the goal at the moment, putting tons of pressure on the Rangers defence, but they have done well to get it out. Santiago to Francisco to Altamirano. I've learned to say his name now. Altamirano. Jones is there. Kawada's there. Plays it out to King. I would have preferred him to shoot there. King whips it in. Once again, Santiago's there. He's rattled the crossbar. How have we not scored there? We have put tons of pressure on that Rangers goal, but it looks like they're going to come out. Sinclair's done excellently well to tackle there, but somehow it's ended up as a free kick. I assume Kawada gave away the free kick. Rangers to take it, and Harren makes a decent save by the looks of it, and King clears the ball. Instant start. Love it. Wouldn't have loved it if they had scored there, but 5 shots already, none on target. We did hit the bar. Once again, we've hit the woodwork. Okay. Is it going to be one of those games where we do everything but score? Please no. Please no. We're going to have to keep an eye on fitness because obviously we got this is pretty much our first team squad. I couldn't really rest players when it came to Rangers. So we're going to have to keep an eye on fitness because the CSKA Moscow game is only in a couple of days' time, which is a bit worrying, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. It looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half-time. I should really shut my mouth, shouldn't I? Rangers have got the ball, and because I said it should be 0-0, they're obviously going to score. It's just how it goes. Hugo to Bikak, to Bella, to Bolling, who sticks it just wide of the goal. That would have been a disastrous time to score, but it is 0-0 at half-time. We have been dominant, but not got that clinical edge. Assertively say we're the better team here. Let's add a bit. I don't usually do this, but let's do a half-time personal team talk to the players. Hit the woodwork twice already. I've just got that feeling it might be one of those games where we do everything but score, like I said earlier. I'm not liking it. Corner ball to Rangers, and I don't know how that's not gone in, but it somehow has gone over the bar. But we've got a corner now. Trebatic whips in. Bailey Jones is there, and Alexandro, not the left back. He's probably retired now. the goalkeeper for Rangers, has made the saves and booted it up there. And I don't know what Sinclair's done there. I don't know what Bolling's done there. Apparently that's a fantastic save, but Jesus Christ, that could have been disastrous. Sinclair just, even though he's on cover, he's just stepped up and let the ball bounce. I don't know if there was a miscommunication with him and the goalkeeper, but that was a horrendous bit of defending. And he's our best defender. Kawada to Renewed now. Plays it all the way out to Santiago, who's got space. Whips it in. Bailey Jones is just fired wide. Oh, this is 2 tenths. 2 tenths. Not just the 1 tenth, the 2 tenths. Kawada loses the ball. He doesn't lose the ball. Renard's picked up a lovely ball out to Santiago. Can he get a decent ball in? He does. Bailey Jones is there and he puts it into the back of the net. A lovely ball in from Jermaine Santiago. Bailey Jones heads it back across goal and it looked like it was in slow-mo. It just crawled across the line, as you can see, heads it in and it hit the post as it went in. Slow motion, but it doesn't matter. We are 1-0 up. It's on the hour mark. Who's the most shattered player? Because we do need to worry about fitness. Everyone's doing all right at the moment. Kawada can come off because he will be playing in that Champions League game. He is on a booking as well. We don't want to go down to 10 men. Another highlight just before that change goes through. Jones finds Renard. Can't get the ball into the box. He's doing fantastically well, and that's a penalty. He has done fantastically well, Renard, there, to try and get the ball into the box and keep on winning it back. Bailey Jones is to take the penalty and sticks it away on the hour mark. It is Celtic 2, Rangers 0. That's what you want. You want a good performance in your first derby, and as soon as we got that goal, I felt confident, especially after the first half battering of their goal. King now in the box, whips in. Bailey Jones nearly scores, nearly gets his hat-trick. We missed a what? It says there we missed a penalty, but we didn't. It's in the same. I don't know. I don't know. Strange. Tribotic whips it in. The keeper picks it up. That's fine. I'm confused. Why does it say we missed the penalty? I don't remember we missed the penalty. Do you remember that we missed the penalty? I don't know. 2 clear-cut chances though. 2 goals. You love to see it. You just love to see it. King now on the left-hand side making a darting run into the box. And the keeper's made an absolute meal of that. But Rangers have managed to clear. I think Jones was offside. Yeah, he was offside. Let's make another substitution. See what we can do. Who's shattered once again? We're going to take Jones off. It's a bit of a controversial one because he's on his hat-trick. But we need him for the next game. We need him for that CSKA game. So, sorry mate that you couldn't get your hat-trick. You had your chance to get your hat-trick. But the next game's important as well. I know it's a derby and all that, but the next game is important. Pimentel can't quite get the ball after it's headed away, and Benzinga has got the ball, but Pimentel has done excellently well to track with the man and win the ball back. Alta Marino on the ball. Can he get the ball? He can't. He loses it. Maybe this game's not quite his standard. It's going to be a rough, tough game, Celtic versus Rangers, and he's a little Argentinian man. Maybe it's not quite his environment. If you're Broadbent, just heads wide. Anyone else that needs to come off? King's a bit shattered, but we haven't got Thingy on the bench, so it's a bit of a worry. We're going to take Altamiro off with the last 10 minutes because he's not had the greatest of games, like I said. We bring Alex Rodgers on. Celtic through and through. I can't remember if he came through RU Franks or not. This is where you find out. Celtic through and through. Bring him on for the last 10 minutes. He'll want to, throw some kicks. Look, he's already injured someone. I'm going to assume it's him. He's already injured someone, and then they moved him up to right winger, so he was nowhere near him. Love it from Alex Rodgers. He's going to be upset soon because apparently we didn't improve the squad, even though we did. Broadbent tries to cross it to himself, but he doesn't. A moth is flying around and distracting me. The little shit. Good header from Sinclair there. Renewed running into the box and a decent save. The missed penalty's gone now, I've noticed. Decent save from Sandro. But we've absolutely dominated Rangers here. We deserve to win. And that's given me confidence not only in the league, but also in the next game that we can do some damage to CSK at home, because it seems like at the moment home's looking good. I can't remember. I'm going to assume we lost at home to Kilmarnock, but at the moment, home form's looking good. King now, he gets tackled and the guy just boots it away. But this has been an excellent performance. Look at that. The back five has done excellently today as well. Not only have we attacked with venom, we have defended fantastically to stop them from getting any chance. Well, they got one clear-cut chance, but any sort of... I don't even think we saw the chance, did we? I can't remember, but that is the performance we needed. Our first Old Firm derby. Coming back to Celtic, if you will. And it is ended. Celtic 2, CSK? Celtic 2, Rangers 0. Bailey Jones, the top man up front, getting both the goals. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Driesen's unhappy. I don't care, mate. Who are you? Who have you played for? Oh, you were at Ajax, were you? Okay, I'll let you off then. And you were at Tottenham for a bit and West Brom. Okay, you seem like a decent little player. But you weren't as good as me, I don't think. Going back, I'm just going to skip forward while I talk. I don't think any of our old players that we had are still in the game, unfortunately, except for... was it Jose Juan, the guy we took the Celtic job off? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only guy still in the game. That's one of our former players. Which is, it's sad to see, but... I did, because I had a look, and you remember Pellini? There was an O in there somewhere, wasn't it? Or was that him? That's him. Pellini, the world's best right winger. He turned into a manager, and he ended up managing PSG. I think PSG was one of his last jobs. That was really nice to see when I saw this. But where else did he manage? He hung up his boots in 2041 with a spell at Basel, which you can see there. He didn't play too many games for Basel. He then joined Atalanta under-18's assistant manager, and then he had brief spells at Bari and Saragossa and Sampdoria. Pellini took charge at Derby, where he stayed until 2048, and then he had a brief spell with Hibs, which I thought was interesting. He probably kickstarted the Hibs revolution, if you will. I need to have a look at the dates. 2049 he joined them. He spent a year there. He lifted the Scottish Premiership and the Scottish Cup with them, but then he went to Arsenal, which was a decent jump, to be fair, where he won Europa Leagues, FA Cups, everything. And then he went to Real Madrid, so he decent manager. He was a decent manager, as well as one of the best right wingers in the world at the time when we had him. As you can see, he nearly hit 400 games. So that is just fantastic. When did Hibs start winning the league? 2059, 2069 was when he was there. He didn't kick it off, but he kept it going. And ever since then, he smashed it. Hibs smashed it. So I'm going to say one of our former players, the best right winger in the world, Pellini, was the reason why Hibs dominated Scottish football, and we're going to take that away from him. Wow, our son, if you will. Let's go to CSK game. I've talked too much. Everyone is raring, fit, and ready to go. There's a fly in my way. The only change we've made is the keepers. Like I said, Rigas has come back in for Harren. I can't really change the squad after the Rangers game because we played fantastically well. But the keeper's the only change we're going to make. Like I said, Rigas in goal, Monero, Sinclair and Francisco in the back, King and Santiago, Kawada, Drabotic, renewed Altamirano, I can't say his name now, and Jones. Remember, the aggregate score is 3-2. They are not playing their 5 at the back formation, which they did last episode, which is interesting. Passionately say we owe... Oh, look at that sea of green. We've got 2 away goals. It's 3-2 on aggregate. Obviously, that means they can score. We can potentially we can potentially win 2-1, and we still go through on away goals. Obviously, we don't really want to give an away goal away because that could mean danger looming. but demand more early on. We've come out strong, it seems, in this first half, but we're not getting the goal, which is what we need. I can't remember what the board want. I think the board wanted group stage. I would want group stage as well. I think, obviously, the money involved is great, which we don't necessarily need, but I think it's like, 15 mil, if I remember rightly, something around that mark. So, you're not going to sniff at 15 mil, are you? Where are our players? I need to get a good mixture of cams dropping back a little bit, but not dominating the centre of the midfield. Kawada, lovely ball to Santiago. Can he get the ball in? He does. Renaud's there. He's hit the post. Jones has got a shot block. Oh, how have we not got a shot past the keeper there? No idea, but we are absolutely dominating them at the moment. This is exactly what happens with the Rangers game. And hopefully it's the same fate. We score that one goal, and then we can just carry on and professionally get the performance. But at half-time, it's 0-0. The game is still in our hands. I'm just going to certainly say, show a little bit of desire. Come on. We might be dominating, but we need to be good in that final third. Just to fire them up a bit. Let's show some passion. Fired up. Love it. Free kick. Trebotic whips it in. Alto Marino is there. And our little Argentine, the 5'2" lad, has scored a header. He was unmarked. Boom. Into the back of the net. And at this moment of time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going through to the group stages of the Champions League, which is exactly what we want. But we can't slip up now. Kawada to Ronaldo to Alto Moreno, who has stuck it into the back of the net once again. I told you when we were looking at transfers, this kid's going to be special. And he doesn't even know the language. He's a little lad. He's a little young Argentine. He probably never even heard of Scotland, let alone Celtic. And he's doing bits. He's doing bits. We are 4-3 up now in aggregate, meaning CSK Moscow have to score those 2 goals to go through. We're going to take off Santiago. He's shattered for Strachan. Strachan and Santiago are pretty similar attribute-wise, and they've both played quite well since they've been coming in. Alto Moreno can stay in for now. I think that's the only thing I'm going to do at this moment in time. 75 minutes, I'm going to swap it to counter. Just to slow the pace of the game down. 80th minute, I'm probably going to make another substitution. Rigas punches the ball away. Can we get the ball out? It's just gone wide of the goal. Going to make a substitution here. I can't really take Alto Moreno off. He's had an excellent game. We're going to bring off Ronaldo, and we're going to bring on Pimentel into that role, and he can go ball winning midfielder on in fact, what I'll do is I'll have either side ball winning midfielder on defend and a centre midfielder on defend, and then a deep line playmaker on support, while Alto Moreno can be an attacking midfielder on attack. And it's decent, and then swap you 2 around, and that could do for now. And then the next sub, we'll probably bring in on Pebbles, because you can drop back into that centre defensive midfielder role with 5 minutes to go or something. We'll just see out the game. We shouldn't really need to do it, but just to be on the safe side, Pebbles can come on for Jones. Jones hasn't had a particularly great game, but it's been quite a tough contest. Luckily, we got a man just in front of him or just behind him even, who knows what he's doing. Pebbles can go into that defensive midfield role as an anchor just to break up the play, but unless we pull a Kilmarnock and we can see 2 late goals, that should be that. We're going to praise the boys. We are in to the Champions League group stage. What an episode it's been. 2 fantastic 2-0 wins against Rangers, against CSKA. At 3-0 down in the first 35 minutes in game time of this episode. I was fearing the worst, or last episode I must say, I was fearing the worst for the next couple of games, but we looked like a very good squad, and we just might have a magic man in our centre attacking midfield as well. 13 mil, so I was close enough. We're into the group stage. I'm going to praise this man, you little genius. He was superb in front of goal. Single-handedly dragged us through. I told you he was going to be good. I've got some big hopes for him. Some big hopes. He just needs to start scoring in the league, just so that looks better. If we look down here, 7 games, one sub, 6 starts, and 3 goals with 2 assists as well. Champions League seems to be his type of football, which I'm not going to mind. Champions League group stage draw, as you can see, is the next day, so we'll show you it. We won't be evil. Meshen, he's been out the team. I don't mind playing you if I'm honest. This is the lad that is a defensive midfielder, but he can be at the centre back because he's 6'6". Just need to work on heading. We are training. Well, last time I looked, he was training there. Yeah, he's training there at the moment. So I'll give you a bit of game time. Mate, just to make you happy. I assume we're gonna be fourth seed. So I have no expectations that we're gonna get through the group stage, because we'll probably get drawn against a massive team. I would really like. That's put the cat amongst the pigeons. He never wanted to speak to Inter when they were in for him. But as soon as Monaco come in, he might throw up a fit. Which is expected, because Monaco, former Champions League winners when we were at PSG. Oh no. Let's go 20 mil. Let's go 20 mil, mate. Let's go 20 mil. Let's go 19 and a half. Seems reasonable. I don't really want to piss him off. You might be getting a new right wing back, boys. I don't really want to lose Santiago. The transfer deadline day is just there. How much did they bid just then? Was it 16? So they're gonna bid 18. Oh dear. Can we just get to the draw, please? I don't want to think about player transfers. I thought we were done. So we're 3rd seed in the competition. Look at these first seeds now. It's definitely not like they were, let's say. PSG are there. Milan are there as well, but we can't get them because they're 13. Man United are all the way down in 4th team. Ajax are there. So we could get PSG and Ajax, 2 of our former teams in the Journeyman, and West Ham. That would be a perfect group. West Ham, PSG, and Ajax. That would be perfect. We can't get that. I don't know who I'd want. Inter and Stuttgart might be. Bruges and Lyon, maybe. We're not going to get through. We're not going to get through in the group stage anyway, so it doesn't really matter who we face. We're facing Real Madrid. Okay, Toulouse and Real Madrid. Toulouse. This is going to be a tough group, because if you remember, Toulouse are dominant in France at the moment, I think, or they were at least. I mean, they're trading it with Saint-Étienne. Was it when we had a look? Yeah, they're trading it with Saint-Étienne. So they're French League champions. They're no pushovers. And Real Madrid are Real Madrid. I mean, countless times winners of the Champions League. And when we looked, I mean, 2nd place, but that's pretty much where they're finishing in real life as well. So it's going to be a tough group, and we could pull out a Man United at this point, which won't be great. Oh, we can't get Ajax. So all the teams that we could have got, we didn't get. Young Boys or Rosenborg, I don't think it matters. We're getting Rosenborg. So with Rosenborg in there, let's have a look. We haven't got that league loaded, which is a bit of a bummer. But they're absolutely dominant when it comes to Norwegian football. I'm sorry for all the Norwegian fans I've just upset. They're dominant in Norway. They might be beatable. I'm not too sure. If we get Europa League, I'll be very happy. Toulouse and Real Madrid should run away with it. The final's being played at our place. Should go to the final then, boys. I would say that's an okay draw. I'd say we could probably definitely get Europa League, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't either. I'm just happy that we're there. And it'd be good to see how we fare against the new big team in France and Real Madrid. But that will be the end of the episodes. When shall we come back, my friends? Toulouse and Hamilton? Is that a bit too early? We'll skip the month of September and we'll come back for another massive episode. It might even be bigger than this episode, I'm not too sure. We'll skip the month of September, have a bit of game time in between, but then we'll come back for Real Madrid in the Champions League and the new boys on the block who are dominating Scottish football, Hibernian. And fingers crossed by then maybe we'll be top 2 with Hibernian up there as well. Which episode's bigger, this one or next one? Bloody hell, I don't know. If you did enjoy that, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you again in tomorrow's episodes. Yeah, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? Recording in advance is always messing me up. Thank you very much for watching.